Okay, round two. I think it's working now. Here we go. Yeah, now we're good. All right, so with that, we can get this party started. We've got the AFC and NFC Conference Championships today. We'll find out who will be making the OFL Bowl. What number OFL Bowl are we on? Just for reference. Are we on 27? Are we that? Yeah, we're on 20. I thought we were lower than that. Damn. You've gotten far along. Anyway, who will be playing in the bowl is the question. Last year, we had a bunch of underdogs in the conference championships. This year, it's entirely the opposite. We have four favorites, four teams who we would have expected going into the playoffs. In the AFC, we've got the Browns and the Condoms. In the NFC, the Niners and the Panthers. The Niners were the only team who made it to conference championship weekend last year, and obviously they won over Arizona. Carolina's a different beast, though, albeit Carolina lost to Arizona in the playoffs last year, but that's neither here nor there. All four teams come in super healthy, so injury shouldn't be an issue. Let's pull up the random number generator. It lands on 2. That would be the NFC game. So we'll start things off with the Niners and the Panthers. And then for the user, it lands on 1. That would be Carolina, because they are on the road. I'm at school. Why are you starting so early? Kids, stay in school, first of all. But second of all, this is the only time I could do it. Ooh, let's get controller number 2. There we go. Denmark, I have no clue if you're listening, because you're probably in your class, but if you have the uniform request, feel free to say it. I passed all of my exams. Well, if you passed them all, then why are you still in school? Why are they holding you hostage? That's my question. They have nothing else to do with you? They can't just let you free? 2017 alternates, I think those are the All Blacks. That means Carolina cannot wear the blacks, but understandable. One of these teams had to. So for Carolina, it's pretty much just white or blue. And, well, considering their blue jerseys are a lot better than their white ones. Hold on, I have an idea. They have blue pants in here, right? Yes. Watch this. Bang. Aura. All right, let's get started. Aura versus Aura. We leave it for... What type of school keeps their kids in until 4? Goddamn. They really are holding you hostage. All right, with that, we can get the NFC Championship started. The Niners looking to make it back to their second OFL Bowl, and the only team standing in their way is the Carolina Panthers. 4 coaches who have never won a championship. Only one has made it there. That, of course, is Denmark last year. So there's certainly some inexperience, some new faces. But we'll see which of the top 2 NFC seeds can make it to the big game. It's been all chalk so far in the NFC playoffs, so that we're, or at least all chalk in terms of seed number. So if that holds up, then the Niners could be in position to get back to the bowl. But Carolina will start with the ball. The Panthers really took care of business against the Eagles in the divisional round. They were in control pretty early in the game, and they never really looked back. It wasn't like San Francisco's playoff win, where they maybe shouldn't have even won it, but if not for some classic Todd January choke jobs. Who coaches these bums? That's a great question. So the Niners are coached by our great pal Denmark, and the Panthers are coached by MMGK. So two, again, coaches who generally have not made it this far. I mean, MMGK never has, considering this is only his second season. The only time Denmark was here was last year. Here's a big run, though. Breece Hall spins out of the tackle to the 47. Panthers have run the ball well in watched games. They've ran the ball fairly effectively in the playoffs, I believe. They obviously ran it well against us towards the end of the year. And they're going to go back to Breece. He's got room again. A fast start for Breece Hall. New faces, you love to see it indeed. You go back to Breece. They're really running the ball early. They're clearly focused on that. This time it doesn't work so well. Arnold Ebiketie. I didn't even realize Arnold Ebiketie was on this team. The Niners have a regular player under the age of 32? Huh? I can see the defense is great. I will tell you this, Denmark. You've allowed 0 passing yards. That will be because the Panthers, I don't think, have passed it once. Arnold! I didn't even think of that either. Who is Dan Arnold? Dan Arnold's still in the league, right? I wonder who has him. We need to have the Arnolds together. As Isaiah Thomas, the user player, is there with the first down. Isaiah Thomas has had some good moments here in his rookie year. He's been overshadowed by other great rookie receivers. But he has the first 2 catches today. Carolina is marching quickly. And fittingly, look who comes in. Your player's off to a pretty good start. He has both of Josh Allen's first 2 completions. Tear his ACL. Jesus, okay. Oh, I thought it was going to be picked for a second. I feel like the corner should have played the ball. Justin said, so maybe not the corner. Maybe he was, looked like he was lined up in the nickel. I feel like he could have made a play on the ball, though. Nonetheless, third down, up the middle, Davante Adams. Looks like that's a face mask. It's not going to matter because he was tackled at the 1. So, they can't really get closer, but... Oh, he was tackled at the 2. Okay. So he does get to move up like a yard. And now we'll see if Carolina can finish off their first drive with a score. Not on that play. I think Breece Hall got even closer. I don't think you can get any closer from where they are. Yeah, they're like a foot away. Josh Allen is 6'5", 240. Shove him in, damn it. Okay, that works too. Breece Hall, untouched, into the end zone. Now, Frank Ragnow is hurt. That's significant, but what's also significant is that the Panthers have marched down the field with an early touchdown, and so they lead 7-0. I don't think an Isaiah Thomas team has ever made the OFL Bowl, now that I think about it. His teams have always been cursed. In 21, those Chiefs teams and Chargers teams can never win a playoff game. In 22, obviously that was a disaster with Cleveland. Shove him in, damn right. Give him the old 1-2 tush push. I made it twice last. Oh, I'm slow. That's right. You were literally... I'm so dumb. How did I forget that he was the quarterback at the Bills? Okay, I take that all back. It just completely slipped my memory. I'm still used to him being the running back at the Browns. How could I forget that he literally won a championship as a starting quarterback? And he also kind of pissed away the other one, but that's besides the point. Well, I guess my point changes from Isaiah Thomas being cursed to Isaiah Thomas regularly making the ball. It would be his 3rd appearance in 4 seasons. Dating back to last year, technically. Good run for the Niners. Are we going to have another offensive shootout? The wild card round was all about offense. The divisional round was mostly about defense. Now, we do have 4 pretty damn good quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, and then in the other game, Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. That was like a good throw originally. Calvin Ridley unable to hang on. Calvin Ridley drops over a half. Plus 150. He wins that bet. 3rd and 10. And it's intercepted! Trevor Lawrence is picked off by Eric Stokes. Has Bills' Trevor Lawrence returned? Which is, of course, how Isaiah Thomas became the quarterback last year. Is this Trevor Lawrence versus the Patriots in the Season 3 divisional round, Part 2? Now, I guess Trevor Lawrence's team did win that game, but it wasn't necessarily his fault. And so far, so good for the Carolina Panthers. It's early, but they have to feel good about this start. Big hit for Devontae Adams. But he hangs on his second catch. That time they get 5. Isaiah Thomas again. Already 3 catches for IT in the first quarter. Breece Hall is wide open on the wheel route. San Francisco, more like the Dragons' defense, the way they can't defend a wheel. I saw HBCU DLC for EA College Football 25. DLC sounds good to me. I imagine they're eventually going to add FCS teams. It'd be cool if they added D2 and D3. That feels unrealistic. But FCS teams would be sick. Big hit. Can't hold on that time. Micah Hyde, I believe, with the play. Carolina's back in the red zone, though. They have it at the 13. Not much for Devontae. Big defensive play here for the Niners. 10-0 is still a 2-score game, but it's less of an uphill battle than 14-0. This internet is terrible. Well, this defense is also pretty terrible. They get the stop, though. And Carolina is going to have to settle for 3. Still an awesome first quarter for the Panthers. And they'll lead at 10-0. Through 1. We saw the Dildos blow a quick 10-0 lead in the wild card round to Baltimore. So, it's happened before, but the Panthers look really good so far. This team looks like a well-oiled machine on both sides of the ball. But the Niners have only had 1 drive so far. They've got time to figure it out. Nick Jackson took a kick to the house in the last game against the Bears. He almost had a chance to do so there. If he had gotten by that little group of defenders, he had space. 125 yards to 23. Ouch. As we start the second with a run for Mixon, breaks a tackle. There's a good start for the Niners. Joe Mixon's been close to some championships. He's played in some championship games. Most recently last year. We don't need to talk about the result of that game. From the 40, Lawrence has to throw it away. The one big difference between like quarterbacks in the 80s and quarterbacks in the 90s is that right there. How they manage pressure. I will give Trevor Lawrence credit for avoiding the sack, though. If that was Bryce Young, you would have gotten sacked. Mixon gets 4. Anthony Walker brings him down. Now 3rd and 6. Lawrence is under a ton of pressure. He's going to have to throw it away again. All the reinforcements put into the Carolina pass rush so far is paying dividends today. Trevor Lawrence, I think, started 1 for 5, 1 for 6 in the divisional round game. Now, his one completion was that, 60-yard play to Tyreek Hill on the first play from scrimmage. This time he only has, 7 yards. So, again, a stinky start for Trevor Lawrence, who definitely played better in the second half against the Bears last round, but Carolina's looking a little better than the Bears did. So, Trevor Lawrence might not even have the chance to help his offense through a comeback if Carolina keeps playing the way they are. Second and 7, another first down. Devontae Adams hangs on. By the end of the Charger game where Carolina beat us, they were kind of force-feeding Devontae Adams. And it was working, to be fair. Not a bad strategy. Another run for Brees, continuing his quick start. I know it's still early, but again, San Francisco's got to wake up on defense. They've been asleep at the wheel. They just need something to go their way, and that's not going to be it. Brees Hall to the 43. Carolina scores again, especially a touchdown. This could trend towards blowout status fast. Back to Brees. Brees already has 13 touches in the first half. They're really leaning on him. And again, it's working. He's been very effective. They don't get much there. Might have lost some yards. Taysom Hill, now 3rd and 10. This is San Francisco's chance to get a stop, to put themselves back in the game. And it's incomplete. Allen overshot his target. Throw the ball deep, Allen. Well, he kind of threw it deep. He threw it a little too deep. And the Niners defense gets a stop. This might be the first positive thing to happen to San Francisco all day. Could this be what starts a rally? Are we going to get a what a punt? Kind of. I mean, it's at the 10, so it's not inside the 10, but it's a lowercase what a punt. Actually, it kind of is inside the 10. It's at like the 9.5-yard line. So I'll count it then. What a punt! Now here come the Niners. Another incompletion for Trevor Lawrence. He is 1 for 6 with 7 yards. The Niners have caught the same amount of passes from Trevor Lawrence as the Panthers. I don't think that's good. That could have been an interception as well. Niners with a lucky break. And so now it's 3rd down. They can't keep getting stops from their offense. There you go. First down for Tyreek Hill. They need to get him involved. What happened to Cooper Kupp? Cooper Kupp was so good last year in the playoffs. He didn't really do anything against the Bears. He's not really doing anything here. And obviously, they have Travis Kelce as well. They didn't pick all these old weapons for nothing. They got to lean into these guys. Here's Tyreek Hill again. Gets 4. If it's a one-score game going into halftime, I feel like you got to feel pretty relieved if you're San Francisco, because the Niners do start the second half with the ball. So if this is 10-7 or even 10-3, considering how they've played, this could be going a lot worse. That might be a late hit. Yeah. I don't know if they got the first down, but it won't matter. They'll get an additional 15. Okay, they did get the first down, but instead of being at the 35, they had it at the 50. The tides are starting to turn a little bit. Now, with that happening, they have to score here. They have to capitalize. If they don't, then yikes. That would be bad. Here's Mixon. Gets 1. Oh, that's not even Mixon. That's the back. Who's T. Hill? It's not Taysom Hill. Because he's on the other team. Third and 6. They get another first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. The Niners are starting to figure things out. It took a little bit. As he has to throw it away under a ton of pressure. Carolina, I don't think, has a sack today. But their front unit has been good. 2nd and 10. Nice catch by Kelsey. They are in field goal range. They kicked a game-winning field goal last week. Third and 4. Here's Trevor Lawrence on the run. Incomplete. He has to throw it away again. So it looks like they'll settle for 3. So this next drive is going to be absolutely pivotal. If Carolina can be back up by 2 scores, that would be gigantic. The Niners start with the ball in the second half, so if the lead is only at 7, then San Francisco can really put themselves back into this game. So this is a huge drive for Carolina to try to keep the momentum, because right now it feels like they're kind of losing it. But this possession right here can really put them in control. Carolina's ran the ball really well, but with like a minute 20 left on the clock, they're not going to run the ball a lot. Josh Allen is mostly focused on the short passing game. We're going to look to really see him finally stretch the field. And they're going to start an empty. Okay, what are they doing? Was that a design run? What were they trying to do? Okay. That is one of the play calls of all time. Because he didn't even, go through his progressions. He just started, dancing around and running. It looked like that was the design of the play. Allen on the run. Fires it. It's caught. Inbounds. And then out of bounds to stop the clock. Taysom Hill. Oh, no, it's not Taysom Hill. It's the other tight end, Kate Otten. Say Lukey's name. Lukey. There. What is there to review? He was inbounds very clearly. There's nothing to review, bud. Second and 10. Here's Josh Allen. Has time. Going short. They're past the 50, but they're not in field goal range. Kate Otten again. They've got 2 timeouts in 40 seconds. I don't think the clock should really be much of an issue for them. Okay, they're moving it well, but they've got to stop with these 5-yard passes. Send the ball out of bounds, go for out routes, or go downfield. Okay, I respect the aggressiveness. Clock is stopped. Doesn't fit the agenda. Fair enough. That'd be a waste of our time. That would be a waste of our minute that we're never getting back, because he was clearly in bounds, though. Do we really want to waste a whole minute of our lives? Stop throwing it short! They're probably going to have to call the timeout, yeah. It's too far to kick. Carolina might have just really fumbled this possession. Because Josh Allen won't grow a pair. Play action, I don't know who you're fooling. And he has to throw it away. Do you kick or do you punt it? I almost feel like you punt it, because if you miss the kick, the Niners have a real chance to score. Yeah, I think this is the right call. By punting it, you can pin them deep. San Francisco's not going to try to do anything before the first half. I think a field goal is way too risky. And it's a water punt down at the 7. So yeah, the Niners aren't going to try to do anything. Still, big stop for San Francisco. Much better second quarter for the 49ers. And they do start with the ball in the second half, so even though Carolina looked dominant in the first quarter, the Niners still have work to do, but they're certainly in it. Nonetheless, the Panthers' big start has propelled them to the early lead. Come on, the games. Save us. Where's the games when you need him? If the games did come in here and curse this game for the Panthers, would the Niners be a DeGames merchant? Because he would have won you 2 playoff games. He maybe would have won you the NFC Championship last year. You probably would have had a harder go at it if you played against the Bears. Did the games make Denmark's legacy? Interesting idea. Now that he doesn't have the games, he's losing. But again, there's still plenty of time. They can figure it out. Don't start that agenda. I mean, it adds up. If you win this game today without him, then The agenda's cooked, but for now, I'm just saying, it adds up a little. 3rd and 5. They've tried to run it early. Gonna look to pass it probably now. Ooh, he missed the throw. Tyreek Hill is open. But he misses to pass. Okay, so the Panthers get the stop to start the 3rd. Huge stop from the Carolina defense, and they're going to get the ball still up by 7. Now, their offense has gone quiet after a hot start. T-Law is going to get executed. This version of Trevor Lawrence compared to, like, Bills' Trevor Lawrence against New England, this Trevor Lawrence looks like Tom Brady compared to that version of Trevor Lawrence. I can't think of a worse quarterback performance I've ever seen in my life. And we've had Kendall Hinton start NFL games at quarterback. 3rd and 3. When is Josh Allen going to look farther than 5 yards down the field? This is Josh Allen we're talking about. He's got the strongest arm in the league. And accuracy is not an issue. What is he doing? He's throwing it behind the sticks. In between the receiver and the first down marker is 2 defenders. What is he expecting? Both QBs have really not been good. Josh Allen is missing reads. Trevor Lawrence is missing throws. And the Niners are going to get it back. I thought early this was going to be a shootout, but now we're looking at a defensive battle. They really should go back to primarily running the ball. Carolina was at their best when they were focused on the ground game. Breece Hall's been the best player on the field today. So yes, I 100% agree. They need to go back to utilizing him consistently. I get they couldn't on their drive to end the first half, but they could have on that possession. And the door keeps on staying open for San Francisco. At some point, they've got to walk through the door, right? As Travis Kelce gets a first down, one of the longest passing plays from either team so far today. Wide open again. Here comes the Niners. Kelce once more. And San Francisco's offense, for the first time in a while, is starting to string a couple of nice plays along. Mixon with one hell of a block. Gets to the 22. Glowinski's hurt. If San Francisco scores a touchdown here, things are going to get real interesting real fast. Another solid play. Gets him 8. Calvin Ridley. Anytime reception. Minus 400. That one hits. That one's incomplete, though. Big 3rd down and 2. If Carolina gets a stop, then they'll be back kind of sitting pretty. San Francisco's got the momentum. They need to keep it going. Play action. Lawrence on the run. It's caught, but I think this one's on San Francisco. I think Trevor Lawrence threw it ahead of the line of scrimmage. Wow. What a boneheaded penalty. It says it's on Cooper Kupp, but it's really on Trevor Lawrence. Because he was ahead of the line of scrimmage as he threw the ball. So instead of moving back and redoing the play, it's 4th down. And they're going to kick. Jeez, what a brutal penalty for Trevor Lawrence and the Niners. Illegal touching. Where's Josh Giddey when you need him? Karl Malone, is that you? Deshaun Watson, let's ride. So the Panthers are lucky to be able to hold on to their lead. Cooper Kupp is going to... Brother, did you watch the play? Cooper Kupp did nothing wrong. I know it said he was the one with the penalty, but that was not his fault. Trevor Lawrence threw the ball ahead of the line of scrimmage. That's all on him. I have no idea why they said it was on Kupp. If the illegal touching was on Kupp, it would have been because he was like either out of bounds or out of the end zone and came back in, but he didn't. Unless he ran to the back of the end zone and then ran 10 yards in. I'm going to assume he didn't do that. 2nd and 6, Allen's under pressure. He is sacked. Chandler Jones, CTE ESPN's finest, is there to bring him down. I think Kupp caught the ball, though, outside of the end zone. He was like 10 yards away from being out of bounds. So I have no clue how he would have been out of bounds. As Josh Allen finally looks deep, but it's broken up. Carolina's offense was so good early, too. They're just allergic to running the ball. I don't get it. They had something that was clearly working for them, and they've stopped. Both teams have shot themselves in the foot. Yet all I hear is that the NFC is better. Actually, I don't hear that often. But for everybody who thinks the NFC is the superior conference, no! The way the Browns and Condoms have looked, they would beat both of these teams today. I'm not saying the winner of this game can't win the OFL Bowl, but not if they play like this. The Niners were horrible early. The Panthers can't stop shooting themselves in the foot. The stoppable force meets the movable object. Good run by Cam Akers for the first down. I'm just hating. How am I hating? Both of these teams have not played well at all. I'm not saying they can't win the OFL Bowl. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be here. These are the two best teams in the NFC. But they're both making a lot of mistakes. I will give the Niners credit. Their offense is playing a lot better over these last couple of drives. They look like a completely new team on this side of the ball. Another solid run for Mixon. And they're getting close. They have it at the 26. Another first down. Tyreek Hill again. Tyreek Hill's made some nice grabs. Haven't seen a ton of big plays out of him. They haven't really had him stretch the field, which, I mean, okay, you do you, San Francisco. But he's made some tough catches. Lawrence now looking for the end zone. It's caught but out of bounds. A little too much mustard on that pass. Mixon gets a yard. Big third down. Field goal would keep the Panthers' lead. Is on third down. It's intercepted! Another turnover by the Carolina defense. I believe that's Quincy Williams who picks it off. A costly turnover by Trevor Lawrence, his second. Threw it right to him. That was a horrible pass. I get what Trevor Lawrence was trying to do, but threw the pass way too early. And even if he had thrown it later, the safety would have made a play on the ball. So it's like, he didn't go through his progressions at all. He was locked on that guy the whole time. And right when Trevor Lawrence was starting to play better, too, that happens. Breece Hall gets 3 after a pre-snap penalty, and that'll wrap up the third. The Panthers, despite some offensive struggles, hold on to their lead with a late takeaway. The Carolina Panthers are 1 quarter away from making the OFL Bowl. I'm pretty sure for the first time ever. Obviously, it's MMGK's first time, but I don't think the Panthers as a team have ever gotten there in any iteration of OFL. And the Panthers have had, oh wait, no, they have in OFL 21. I'm slow. But since OFL 21, they have not. OFL 21 feels so long ago, it's easy to forget, guys. There's Darnell Mooney. 28 yards, one of the longest plays of the game. Getting things started for the Panthers. The Niners had the door open for a while. They had so many opportunities to strike, and there's a chance that the door might be closing. Second and 9. Ooh, risky throw. It was out of bounds anyway. Now third and 9. Okay, they get the first down. K-Dot into the 40. They're not quite in field goal range yet, but they're close. Field goal would not be a worst-case scenario for the 49ers, though, being that it would stay a one-score game. There's 7 for Brees. Why was no one covering them? That's a good question. A question that I don't really have an answer to. Another first down for Brees Hall. And the Panthers' offense, for the first time since the first quarter, actually looks pretty good. They're going down the field a little bit. They're utilizing the ground game. They are in business. I'm wearing mismatched cleats. Is that on purpose? I mean, I can change it if you want. Rigged. How is it rigged? You guys said the Chargers game was rigged, and we ended up losing. So, I don't know how I could rig it. I have no rooting interests, really, the rest of the way. I just want to have good football games. Brees Hall doesn't get in. The Niners defense needs a goal line stand with only about 5.5 minutes left. I think it's a game thing. Okay, fair enough. I mean, whatever you're doing, it's working because your team is winning. And Isaiah Thomas is in for the touchdown. The Panthers score for the first time since the first quarter. And they lead by 11. Brees, please save us. I have a better idea that you might like more. I'll save us. So it's an 11-point game with about 5 minutes left. The Niners need pretty much 2 touchdowns. They haven't gotten 1 yet. It's not impossible. It's not like there's 2 minutes. But they need a drive, and they need a quick one. They cannot waste time. They have to move fast. I would be going no huddle for every play that's inbounds. Can Trevor Lawrence work a miracle? That's not really a good start because, well, this clock is chipping away. There's not time to waste, Mr. Lawrence. Batted down by one of the defensive linemen. Trevor Lawrence is 11 for 125. That's not going to cut it in the NFC Championship, unfortunately for him. 3rd and 4, and if they don't get it, they're going to have to go for it. I think it's pretty obviously late enough in the game to where you have to be desperate enough to do that. Won't matter, though, because Cooper Kupp is wide open. The Coop Kupp clan. Finally, with his first catch of the game, it took 3.5 quarters. I think not utilizing Cooper Kupp the entire game probably has been a mistake. Good catch by Kelsey. Would have been better off dropping it, though, because the clock would have stopped. I'd rather an extra 15 seconds than 5 yards at this point. Okay, that works. Calvin Ridley inside the 30. Tick, 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 tick. 3:20 to go. Tick, 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 tick. Lawrence, strike up the middle. Tyreek's got it at the 7. Tick, 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 tick. Keep it moving. Now that there's a sense of urgency, the offense actually looks pretty good. 1st and goal. Got it. Touchdown for Travis Kelce. They're probably going to go for 2 now. Look to bring the lead up down to 3. Panthers are stacking the box. I'd look to throw the ball, get Kupp on an out route. Okay, well, they had Kupp going up the middle, which is kind of stupid. Because there was so much space to the right side. Lawrence ends up getting sacked. They're not going to go for the onside. They trust their defense. I think being down by 5, I probably would have gone for the onside because theoretically, if Carolina gets it, ends up with a field goal, it's still a one-score game. And they have less space until, they theoretically score. So I think I would have gone for the onside kick. But if they get a stop here, then little old me is going to be looking dumb. Breece Hall gets 3. Niners not calling their timeouts yet. I don't really know what they're waiting for. But, okay, you do you, I guess. They're going empty. I don't know why. Okay, fair enough. It works. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 1. Can Carolina get the first? If the Niners get a stop, they'll have 2 timeouts most likely. And by the time they get the ball, maybe a minute 40. That's more than feasible. They're going to give it to Breece Hall, and he does get it. A gain of around 5 for Breece. Huge first down for Carolina. They'll keep the chains going. Back to Breece. He's close. Another first down ends it. The Panthers are 2 yards away from winning. 2nd and 2. Back to Breece Hall. That'll do it. First down for the Panthers. The Niners are going to be out of timeouts. And so with that, the Carolina Panthers are going to OFL Bowl 27 as they beat the Niners 17-12. This was an ugly football game. The Panthers played really well early, and I feel like they could have made this a blowout, but they kind of let go of the pedal. The Niners had the door open for them pretty much the entire way, and they didn't take advantage. They had a nice touchdown drive late, but too little too late. Josh Allen was okay. I didn't really like his style of passing. I feel like he rarely tried to stretch the field, but he avoided mistakes for the most part. He played like a game manager, which, when you're Josh Allen, I want more than that. But he didn't lose them the game. They won. It works. Trevor Lawrence, you were bad. You looked good on that last drive, but other than that, not a good game from Trevor whatsoever. Hey, that rhymed. I wasn't even trying to rhyme. Breece Hall was phenomenal. They should have given him the ball more. Travis Kelce made some nice plays, had the touchdown. Isaiah Thomas had a good game, including the go-ahead score to win it. And with that, we have our first representative in the OFL Bowl, the Carolina Panthers, knock off San Francisco. And the question is, who will Carolina face in the bowl? We've got the Browns and the Condoms. I think both the Browns and the Condoms would probably be slightly favored over the Panthers, not by much. Lands on 1. That's the Condoms. The Condoms have looked really good in this playoffs. Offensively, they've been very impressive both games. Their defense really played well in the second half against Baltimore. Why is the stream so early? Because this is the only time I'm available. I don't think either coach is here, so what jersey combos have the most aura? I know last time the Browns liked one of the alternates. The all whites go. Did we wear the all whites last time, or was it one of the different ones? Let me see. It was the all whites, and then the orange helmet. That was a nice combo. Maybe switch it up here. I know Giddy likes the light purples. Also, aura-filled uniform, so we'll go with that. Alrighty, on to the AFC Championship. The Condoms and the Browns. Who will face off against Carolina in the OFL Bowl? The Browns, as the number 1 seed, took care of business against the Toronto Huskies, while the Condoms just took care of business against Baltimore. The only time either of these teams looked vulnerable in the playoffs was the Condoms in the first round, barely beating the Riverhogs by 2. Even though the Condoms had control of that entire game, the Hogs stayed in it the entire way. We'll start with the Cleveland offense. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the game, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, facing off. Very impressive season for Lamar after being traded away from the Rams for God knows what reason. And they'll start up the middle. Quick play for a gain of around almost 20 for Michael Pittman. Pittman had a big catch at the start of the last game and then got hurt. Didn't play the rest of the way, but he's healthy today. Lamar really focused on Noah Fant in the previous matchup. As Lamar fumbles it, ball still on the ground, and it's picked up by the defense. Montez Sweat recovers the fumble. The question is, though, was the ball out? Ooh. It looked like he was kind of down, but I think his knee was on Montez Sweat. I think that's a fumble. I think that's going to stand. It's like his body was down, but he wasn't down on the turf. He was down on the defensive player. Lamar's knee was at the wrong place at the wrong time. A quick turnover for the Albuquerque Condoms. The play will not be reviewed. I think that's the right call. They'll start at the 40. Turnover not even a minute into the game from Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow has looked unbelievable so far here in these playoffs. As is Lamar, but Burrow's played an extra game. Up the middle, good throw. Burrow's certainly gotten some help from his receivers, and there's his tight end, TJ Hawkinson. From the 29, a nice throw up the middle. Hawkinson again. The Condoms look great early. Forcing the turnover, the offense goes right to business. They look focused to start this game. I'm impressed. Again, though, we're 2 minutes in. It's kind of early to make conclusions. I missed my game. You may have missed it, but if you look at the bottom, I have some news for you. Second and 7. Burrow's going to look to run. And he's injured. Maybe having Joe Burrow consistently running the ball isn't a good idea, guys. And they're taking him to the locker room. He's going to be out for the game. Wow. Who is their backup? I couldn't tell you. Well, this certainly changes things. On third down, they will get the score for Hawkinson. Who threw the pass, is my question. Torn rotator cuff, done for the year. Davis Mills is going to be the quarterback for the Condoms the rest of the way. I can't back out. We're going to have to look at this screen for about 20 seconds. But, okay, well, that's certainly interesting. So the Condoms on the field could not have asked for a better first 3 minutes. The problem is their quarterback's done for the year. What in the heck? Okay. There we go. So is this first 3 minutes like a good thing for the Condoms, or is it a bad thing? Because, well, again, in-game, they couldn't have asked for a better start, but now Joe Burrow's done. Early stream, yes, I'm aware. This was the only time I was available today. So it was now or, well, not today. So the Browns are going to get it back. And although, they haven't looked so good, they turn it over and allow a score. They have a healthy quarterback and the Condoms don't. So there's that. Lamar misfires to start. A Davis Mills OFL Bowl win would unironically be the funniest possible outcome to end this season. There's a small part of me that hopes it happens. Broderick Jones is hurt. Charger legend. Bolt up. Thank goodness for the Panthers. What, you didn't want a Denmark ring? So the OFL Bowl officially is going to be between two coaches who have never made it, because MMGK's obviously never made it. These two coaches have never made it. And if it's against the Browns and Seafloor, it's going to be against two coaches who haven't coached until this year, OFL 24. Denmark, Rainey, and I retire. Well, it looks like you're sticking around, clearly. Here's Rachaad White with a nice run. Rachaad White played so well in the divisional round that the Browns have decided to keep him as the starting running back, despite Austin Eckler returning from injury, which honestly I think is a pretty good idea. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's not like Austin Eckler is Sean Tucker or Josh Jacobs or something. He's more like a Nick Chubb, if you know what I mean. I think it's safe to say I'm the best user player of all time. The first Hector Estrada won an MVP. So, I'm just saying. Doesn't have any rings, which, I mean, right now you have one, maybe two within the next few days. I guess Joe Burrow getting hurt certainly doesn't hurt your chances. Third and 9, they go for the screen, and it does not work. Great play by the linebacker to quickly read it out. 4th and 7 at the 36. I guess kick it, yeah. This is probably the right call. It's not a gimme, 53 yards out. Prime field goal, miss range. I thought they were going to fake it for a second. But nope, he made it. And so it's 7-3. So the Condoms are going to get the ball. We're going to get a full drive of the Davis Mills experience. I personally don't think there's a more valuable quarterback than Joe Burrow. There's a reason why I voted him first for the MVP. So I don't know what to expect from Mr. Giraffe Neck Man. I'm most down for an MMGK ring. I think any of these three coaches winning a ring would be cool. I would have no problems with any of them. Here's a big start to the drive. Travis Etienne to the 43. They're definitely going to lean on him more. The Condoms, more than anybody, rely on a vertical passing game with all their deep threats. So that'll certainly be limited with Davis Mills, but we'll see how often they... Oh, fumble! And it's picked up by the Browns. Another strip sack. Both quarterbacks have coughed it up today, and Dante Stills picks it up. Now, we have to ask the question, was it a fumble? Yup, pretty clear as day. So the Browns are going to get the ball with good field position, a huge play for the Cleveland defense. And ever since the Joe Burrow injury and allowing the touchdown, things have certainly gone their way. Up the middle to the 12, Michael Pittman. A Browns ring ruins Frank legacy. You're right. If Lamar Jackson wins a championship, yikes for him. Maybe that would be the funniest end of the year. Can't believe I actually made it. It's a good feeling. Enjoy it. Even if you guys don't win the whole... Oh my god, what a play. Noah Fant has, like, unironically been the best player in these playoffs. Like, where has this come from? As I was trying to say, you should enjoy this feeling because, for one thing, it's really hard to get. I mean, I haven't gotten it in years. Todd has never gotten it. C-Mill has never gotten it. Hobie hasn't gotten it in years. Even if you don't win the whole thing, making the bowl is an accomplishment in and of itself. And if you do win the whole thing, then, damn, good for you. So the Condoms are going to get the ball back. Things have certainly fallen apart the last 3 minutes. And now they trail. I thought after they scored a touchdown, there was still a decent chance that they could win this game, even without Joe Burrow, because they already had the lead. But, yeah, things have spiraled fast. Bobby Von Bond, the rookie who had the strip sack, is in there again. Went from losing in the first round and making the OFL Bowl. A Pokemon loss really will do that to a man. Mills is sacked again. Levi Onwuzurike now. This Browns pass rush has been relentless so far. To be fair, Davis Mills seems like he has no clue what he's doing facing pressure. But his offensive line has not done him any favors. Myles Garrett forces a fumble, and it's picked up by the defense. That's 4 sacks on Davis Mills within, like, the last 4 plays. My God. And now Cleveland can make it a 10-point lead. W indeed for the Browns as Lamar misfires. Cleveland got this in the bag. Uh-oh. I really thought things were looking up for the Browns. Everything had gone their way the last 5 minutes after a horrible start. And then this happens. 2nd and goal. Back in the end zone. Touchdown. Looks like Michael Pittman. Yes, it is. And the Browns lead 17-7. Well, this game's certainly been a tale of two. The first 3 minutes was all about the condoms. And the last 5 has been all about Cleveland. The game's curse doesn't exist. My brother in Christ, did you not just watch the Bears lose in the divisional round because of you again? It's the game's luck. Okay, I don't think that's a thing. This iteration of the curse might not happen because Davis Mills looks completely lost in the pocket. But still, wow, he actually got rid of the ball. The game's... No, he does not only affect the Bears. It's just that the Bears have gotten hit the most. But, like, it's not exactly a bold claim to say the Browns are going to win when they're up by 10 and the other team has their backup quarterback in, replacing the guy who, again, I feel is the MVP of the league. And if not Joe Burrow, it might unironically be Lamar Jackson. I think I voted Lamar second. So, there you go. Another nice play by Bobby Von Bond. The rookie's been incredible so far. Todd is Paul George, and the game is everyone who's hit a game winner on him. That might be the most perfect analogy I've seen for that. That's, like, so good. I'm stealing that. I'll give you credit, but I'm stealing that. The games, please don't pick my team to win. I mean, considering how well the Browns have played, Cleveland, if Cleveland wins, I feel like they'd be the front runner. The games feels like a front runner. So, I don't think he'd pick you. 3rd and 8 to start the second. The condom's got to get something going pretty quickly. Okay, that works. That was a risky throw, but it's Hawkinson who's done all the damage receiving-wise. The other receivers haven't done anything. Nothing out of Quentin Johnston. Nothing out of Khalil Shakir. It's been the Hawkinson show. Who won? The Panthers ended up winning the first game, as you can see on the bottom, 17-12. Neither team really deserved to win. The only team who's looked good today is Cleveland. If I'm the Browns, I have to be awfully encouraged because they look good and everybody else isn't. Now, if I'm Carolina, I'm still ecstatic. I would rather win and not look good than whatever the alternative is. Doesn't the people who make the ball pick the time for the ball? So how it works is I will give them a lot of say in what time it is. Now, I have a pretty packed schedule over the next week, and obviously it has to be a time that I can do. We can't do it without me. But I obviously want both coaches to be there because it's a pretty big deal for their teams. So, yes. You and the winner of this game will heavily influence what time the OFL Bowl is. Like, I'm not going to pick a time that you're like, no, absolutely not. There's Quentin Johnston finally making a play. Watch game Demon Quentin Johnston. And just Demon in general, Quentin Johnston. 3rd and 5. Another first down. Okay, the condoms are in business. Davis Mills has been pretty good when he's been able to actually throw the ball. There's Khalil Shakir. His first catch of the game. That was a risky throw. Bobby Von Bond should have tried to jump the route and grab the pick. I don't know what he was waiting for. No need to play the receiver when you can get the ball. 2nd and 10. Travis Etienne gets about 6. Is that Davis Mills throwing passes? Yes. You have missed part of the story. So the first 3 minutes of the game could not have gone any better for the Condoms. They forced a turnover. They got the ball. They marched right down the field. And Joe Burrow tore his rotator cuff. Not only is he out this game, but if they win today, he will not play in the OFL Bowl. So it is Davis Mills the rest of the year, however long that is for the Condoms. As Isaiah Wynn is hurt. So they have an upgraded quarterback. Oh, I forgot. You were the Davis Mills truther. I should have realized. As Travis Etienne scores, just because Joe Burrow's hurt doesn't mean this game's over. It's only a 3-point deficit. And we already have more points in this game than we did in the last game. The Condoms with Davis Mills unironically look better than both of the other teams did. The Condoms defense hasn't even been like that bad. The Browns have gotten multiple turnovers. That's how they've been able to get their touchdowns. And give the Browns credit. Their offense has done a great job of capitalizing with the opportunities they've gotten. But the Condoms defense hasn't been, like, horrific yet. The Browns only have 91 yards, which, again, isn't really their fault. But the Condoms defense has been fine. This Rachaad White does not get much. That's only his 2nd carry of the game. They should give him the ball more the way he was playing last week. I get this Condoms front unit's a little bit better than Toronto's, but still. Who should I want to play in the bowl? I would say the Condoms just because of the injury. If Joe Burrow was healthy, I think with a healthy Joe Burrow, I think these teams pretty much even. If I had to say, the Condoms in those first 2 games, they moved me. I was so impressed. But I don't feel confident saying the Browns because the Browns, I feel like, have been the most consistent team in the league this year. And they haven't shown any signs of weakness and watched. AFC's just showing why they've been the premier conference all cycle. Cook. I'd be more than happy with the Panthers ring because they're a fun team. It'd be a cool storyline. But I can't say I'd be upset if the AFC team wins. I have agendas to push. The AFC's already 1-0. Lamar looking downfield. Ooh, nice defense. That was a good throw, but Kyler Gordon is there with the deflection. The Condoms start with the ball in the second half, so if they can have this game tied or have the lead, that would be quite impressive considering the circumstances they've had to deal with. I definitely want to see them lean in on the ground game. Travis Etienne's been quite good in the playoffs. He's been quite good today. The Browns' run defense was great last week, though, with Pacheco. But Etienne's looked pretty good. Well, he'll start with the pass. Hawkinson again. I think Hawkinson might have watched some Noah Fant film from the divisional round game. Etienne loses a yard. There's a nice play for the Browns' run defense. Chris Barnes brings him down. Now 2nd and 11. They'll go back to the ground, and again, they're going backwards once more. Maybe they shouldn't have listened to me by going back to the run game. The rookie, Tyrell Langford, one of the best defensive rookies in the OFL this year with the play. 3rd and 11. Mills under a lot of pressure. He is sacked by Myles Garrett. His 3rd of the... When did he have 3? I know he had the 1 strip sack inside the 10-yard line. When did he get another sack? He might have gotten a couple half sacks. That might have been what it is. But what a start for Myles Garrett, who, per usual, has been an... Why are the Browns calling a timeout? Huh? It's a 2-minute warning. Why are they calling a timeout? Okay, I'm not going to try to figure out what their thought process there is. The 2-minute warning is a built-in timeout. Use it. Unserious coaching decision. Now, luckily for the Browns, they're going to start at around the 50 off of the sack by Garrett. I think that's your defense's 5th sack of the game, maybe their 6th. I don't know, I've lost count. It's a lot. When the Browns have gotten good field position today, they have been sharp. They can be up by 10 going into halftime. That'd be a big deal. Lamar's got open running room. I get Lamar Jackson has running back-like abilities, but I still would have slid. We saw Joe Burrow get hit, and we see what that might have done to the condom season. So if I'm Lamar, I'm trying to be careful. It's not like he got extra yards out of it. Short gain of 3. Clock is not much of an issue yet. They've got 35 seconds and 2 timeouts. If they're still in the field of play, I'd probably call a timeout after this play. And they won't because it's incomplete. Could have gotten the first down. He was open. But Lamar misfires. He's missed a few passes today. Lamar hasn't looked perfect by any stretch. He's made some good throws. But he doesn't look as good as he did last week. 3rd down. Michael Pittman does not get it. And the Browns are going to go for it after a condoms timeout. What are these teams thinking with the timeouts? The Browns will get the first, and they will call a timeout. What was that sequence? None of that made any sense. Okay. I'm not going to try to question it. Browns are going to probably burn their last timeout here. And I guess kick. So why would you go for it on 4th down if you're just going to end up going short twice and kicking? It feels kind of counterproductive. In the first game, the Panthers and Niners were both really bad. Here in the second game, both teams are playing pretty well, but the coaching from both teams has been disgusting. I'm here, and it doesn't look amazing. No, it does not. And as you'll notice your offense coming out on the field, I don't know how much you've seen, but you'll notice that somebody is missing. So, in case you can't tell, that is not Joe Burrow under center. Joe Burrow tore his rotator cuff on the first drive of the game. So Davis Mills is your quarterback the rest of the year. But things could be worse. It's 20-14 here at the half. The Condoms do start with the ball in the second half. Neither team's trying to get the ground game going at all. I don't get it. Rachaad White was so good last week for the Browns. And the Condoms have a great run game and a backup quarterback. So Albuquerque starts with the ball. They're only down by 6. I get that they don't have their quarterback, but Davis Mills, when he's thrown the ball, hasn't been horrific. But that's the key. He has to get rid of the ball. Keanu Benton is hurt for the Browns defense. That's not ideal. Myles Garrett, of course, in the zone. If I'm the Condoms, I just keep running the ball until he's out of it. Okay, maybe I second-guessed that idea. Patrick Queen brings him down, 3rd and 2. You have flexibility here on a 3rd and 2. You can afford to run the ball. I think they're going to throw it. Oh, no, it's a run. And it backfires. ETN loses a yard. The Browns' front 4 continues to be ultra impressive. Levi Onwuzurike sends him home. That is a gigantic stop for Cleveland. They're going to hold on to their 6-point lead with the ball back. A huge momentum boost for the Browns. Their offense certainly cooled off in the second quarter, but they can put themselves back in control. I'm curious to see if this ends up being kind of like the Panthers game, where there's one team clearly in control, but the other team has the door open the entire time. The Niners never took advantage of the door being open. The games cursed the Browns. The game said that the Browns were going to win. So, if the games has any influence on this one, he's helping you. And sure enough, the Condoms start with a sack. 2nd and 19 now. Lamar has Josh Allen syndrome where he refuses to look downfield. Again, Josh Allen's team won, but there's like no aggressiveness with the play calling. Now he's looking down. See what happens when you look downfield? A huge gain to the 30 for Michael Pittman Jr., who's had a really strong game receiving. See, Lamar, you can go downfield. Pittman wins the rep off the line of scrimmage and has space the entire way. There's Pittman again. He gets 9. Michael Pittman is balling. 7 for $104. I just checked the box score. Why was T-Law so bad? Trevor Lawrence was cheeks. I don't think he completed 50% of his passes. He had the 2 picks. And then Breece Hall. Yeah, Breece Hall was really good. I am a little bit confused by like how the Panthers used him because in the first quarter he had like 10 carries for like 70 yards. He was playing really well. And then they kind of abandoned the run game. That's why the offense played worse after the first quarter. Nice catch for a touchdown. It's guess who? Michael Pittman, who continues to look like a superstar, and it's a 10-point lead for the Browns. 10. I can't count. I forgot they were up by 6. I thought they were up by 3. Obviously, the Browns are going to go for 2. And they don't get it. Rachaad White, who still only has 2 carries, by the way, is held out. When is the OFL going to be? Probably towards the end of this week. I would say ideally Thursday. But again, obviously I want both of the winning coaches to have the time that they like. Why, oh why did Joe have to get hurt? I wonder what this game would look like if Joe Burrow was healthy. I think given the way the Browns have played, I think Cleveland would still be up. But obviously you'd feel a little bit better if Joe Burrow was in as opposed to Davis Mills. But the Browns' front unit has been phenomenal. Their offense, even if I don't love the play calling, their offense has been effective. They just had their best drive of the game, in my opinion. But things would certainly look a little different. But, like, given how the Browns have played, assuming they win by, say, like 15 points, they win kind of comfortably but not in a blowout, I don't think Joe Burrow getting hurt would be, like, the main reason. Like, I don't think he can chalk this up for Cleveland as Joe Burrow got hurt. That's why they won. Like, Cleveland's legitimately playing really good. Good first down conversion, though, for the Condoms. I'm not doing nothing Thursday. Well, that's good. There's one. 1 down, 1 to go. Second and 6. Play action. Mills fires. Nice catch. He hasn't really utilized his receivers a ton, but there's Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick's made a couple of plays. I thought that was his first catch. Downfield. What a throw by Mills! Into the red zone to the 14 is Khalil Shakir. And again, Davis Mills is continuing to throw the ball well. He just has to see pressure. Nice catch. And now Khalil Shakir is hurt. That's not ideal, considering how good Khalil Shakir is and watched, and that he's made 2 back-to-back really nice plays. Second and 2. ETN is stopped. Myles Garrett continues his dominance. That's what, 4 TFLs, maybe 5 at this point? I don't know. I've lost count. 3rd and 5. If you don't get it, I would go for it. Unless they get, like, sacked and complete. I would go for it. You're down by 12. I don't think a field goal does much here. I think kicking is a mistake. If it was 4th and 12, I'd get it. I'd probably kick. And we're still in the 3rd quarter. There's still time. But given how the Browns' offense has played, I think that's a major mistake. So Cleveland's got to feel good that they're still up by 2 scores, getting the ball back, up by 9. Lamar Jackson just had by far his best possession of the game. Michael Pittman looks like Randy Moss. We'll see if the Browns can add to their momentum and their lead, already up by 9. Okay, there's something. Tommy Tremble, Browns legend, gets 7. Tommy Tremble and Isaiah Thomas playing in an OFL Bowl really is the culmination of the OFL 22 Browns offense. Especially because one of the teams playing in the game is the Browns. Again, if they win. It's not over. I don't want to jump the gun, but they sure look good. Another first down conversion. Tommy Tremble again. Might get one more playoff before the third ends. Ooh, big throw up the middle for Lamar. Tyler Scott makes the play, and that'll wrap up the third. The Browns appear to be in business. They're up by 9. They're moving it down the field. They've been allergic to running the ball. They're going to have to in the fourth quarter, chewing clock. But Cleveland looks good. It's not over. But they're looking good. Back-to-back new bowl winners. OFL is healing. What do you say we change that next year? I enjoy it for now, but let's not keep it that way. Unless my team loses in the first round, then yeah, we can have another new bowl winner. They actually ran the ball, and it worked. Rachaad White is good. Use him, damn it. I think it should keep going. You want a Todd championship next year? Is that what you're saying? Second and 10. Ooh, good defense. It's crazy. Lamar's on the Rams last season, now on the Browns, and they're this close to making the bowl. Maybe Lamar wasn't the problem. Maybe. You might be right. I don't want to say for sure. You know, Frank did say this was supposed to be the Frank era. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but he did trade away arguably the best quarterback in the league, and his team fell off a cliff. Chris Jones with the sack, they're going to have to kick. I'd rather another Nick ring than a Todd ring. That must say something. Jeez. What would you rather, an Octi ring or a Nick ring? I know what most people would say, but I feel like your answer might be different. Hitler versus Stalin versus Mussolini. After the Hitler thing the other stream, I elect not to be him. So it's a 12-point game. Davis Mills and the Condoms have under 8 minutes. You know, if they had gone for it, I feel like they'd be in a better spot here. Just a hunch. They've got to score, and they've got to do it pretty fast. I'll go Nick. I'm surprised by that. I figured most people would say Nick. I didn't think you would. I would have thought you would have been one of the few people to prefer me, but fair enough. Second and 7. Mills fumbles it again! It's picked up by Myles Garrett for a scoop and score, and that might be the dagger. Again, Davis Mills is good when he gets rid of the ball. The problem is, he can't get rid of the ball. That was obviously clear as day a fumble. Bobby Von Bon has been so good in this game. And it's a 3-score lead. It's a simcast. What a showing by the Browns. I'm so impressed by this team. They've blown out the Huskies. They've blown out the Condoms. Good drive for the Condoms. They do score. We'll keep simming for a little bit. If things get weird, we'll hop back in. But the Browns are letting this clock go. 4th and 1. They get stopped. Condoms are going to have to move pretty quickly. They actually kind of are. Hold on a minute. Hold on. No way they get close to pulling this off, right? 3rd and 4. 4th and inches. Okay. Are they going to go for the onside? We're going to hop in here pretty much no matter what. Onside recovered by Cleveland. If this game was over, I would keep simming, but I want to give the Browns their chance to win it and watched. The Browns might have just pulled off Season 2 Cowboys. 2nd and 9, Rachaad White gets 4. Another first down, ends it for good. And if you don't get it, what do? Do you kick? Do you punt? Do you go for it? Tough decisions, being up by 5. You can make an argument for any 4th down call. I'm so curious to see what they do. They're going to kick. Okay. I don't know about that. If you miss it, you're giving them good field position. That looks good. And it is good. Wow, nice kick. I think I probably would have gone for it. Because the ceiling of getting the first down conversion is higher than the ceiling of making the kick. If you get the first down, you win the game. If you make the kick, the other team still has a chance. A slim chance, but a chance. And I also feel like you had a better chance getting the first down than making the kick. So, I guess that kind of was not the call I would have made, but they made the kick. I left for 2 minutes, and we could win. What the hell happened? Simcast happened. Myles Garrett in with another sack, his 4th. Down to 30 seconds. He just has to throw the ball up almost. With 30 seconds and no timeouts. Throwing it away is not the worst thing he could have done there. It stops the clock, gives you a chance to put yourself in a Hail Mary formation, because really that's the only thing they can do. I mean, what? Do you want to try to get closer by going out of bounds? I feel like that's risky. I feel like you just got to start throwing it up. And, well, he can't when Myles Garrett is in his face. Can we simcast again? No. That would not be fair to Cleveland. 4th and 19, game on the line. Why are you running a play action? You're not fooling them. Mills downfield, incomplete. No flag, and that'll do it. The Browns will survive. Cleveland and Carolina in the OFL Bowl. That's a really fun matchup. If I were to pick any OFL matchup that didn't involve my team, this one would be very high on the list. 2 fun teams, 2 coaches who are new, fun storyline. Garrett putting up a Bonnet game. He really did look like Simeon Bonnet out there. With the way he wasn't just good in the passing game, but as a run defender as well. I give a ton of credit, though, to the Condoms for fighting. Even without Joe Burrow, Davis Mills throwing the ball was really effective. The problem is he has no awareness of pressure whatsoever, and that was the difference. If Davis Mills had any idea of what to do under pressure, I think the Condoms would have won this game. But as a passer, he was really impressive. Lamar Jackson, also very impressive throwing the ball. On the ground, Cleveland's run defense held Travis Etienne. Will they hold Breece Hall on the ball? In the air, Michael Pittman, pretty good. 9 for 129 and 2 scores. Khalil Shakir played well per usual. Hawkinson had a big first half. Quiet game from Quentin Johnston. He still caught 5 passes, though. He wasn't that bad. And then I think the big story was the Browns' pass rush. They were incredible. Myles Garrett had 6 tackles for loss and 4 sacks. Bobby Von Bon had 5 tackles for loss and 2.5 sacks. Onwuzurike had 3 TFLs and a half a sack. Von Bon forced 2 fumbles. Garrett forced 1. There was 4 fumbles in this game, all 4 of which were recovered defensively. The X factor in this game was 100% the Cleveland pass rush. How many total sacks did they have? 4, 6.5, 7.5, 8. They had 8 sacks. Holy moly. That's a lot. 2 of the best defensive lines in the league for sure. These pass rushers might eat. Now, I will say, though, as I've really noticed throughout this playoff, the difference between highly rated quarterbacks and lesser quarterbacks is how they see pressure. Obviously, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are 2 of the highest rated quarterbacks in the league. So I will say, I do feel a lot more confident in them than just about anybody else. Let's see how long Joe Burrow is hurt. Could this injury linger into next year? Torn rotator cuff is a long injury to recover from, but I don't think it would be that long. Yeah, that is a while. But he'll be back for next season. What about the other teams? Did they have any injuries? Panthers. Nada. Browns. Just Keanu Benton, who tore his labrum. So that is kind of the big loss. He's a starter on their defensive line. But they obviously held up pretty well without him. Let's simulate to the Pro Bowl. All right, here's your Pro Bowl roster. Jalen Hurts, yay. Sean Tucker, yay. Where's Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs didn't fumble away his team's season, damn it. Lamar Duckett, the rookie. Sasquatch Nuts makes it. Only 2 rookie receivers. I feel like we would have more. I feel like Jaleel Jefferson should have made it. Oh, he did make it. I'm blind. Okay. So we had 3. I saw the Jay Jefferson. I must have just thought Justin Jefferson, even though he's not in the AFC. Percy Manning makes it with the Raiders. Did we only have 2 offensive players? Damn. We do have Rashawn Gary, though. I imagine Joey Bosa is going to be in there, of course. Vladimirizov. I didn't realize he was that good. Damn. Good for him. Tyson Tyler makes it. Tre'Davious White and Deron Bland get in. Love to see it. Fitzpatrick, another rookie. And let's see who has gone up in development trade. Assuming the game doesn't crash. I don't think that's an issue this year. And then that will be it for our stream. Nope, it doesn't crash. Ooh, Alpo, Superstar X Factor. Already off to a quick start. Dildos. Did Coleman Mios always have X Factor? I think he did. DJ Reed has Superstar. Is that might be new. I think that is a new. Bear. Oh wait, no, we gave him. I'm stupid. We gave him Superstar. I know that didn't say. Yeah, Cocky always had X Factor. Bears. I don't know if Zadarius Smith had it. Well, he does now. Other than that, I don't think there's anything new here. Bengals. Vladimirizov has it. I don't know if he always had it, but he does now. Black Knights. Shout out to Aquarius Tisdale. Did they have anybody else move up? I don't think so. Did Treylon Burks have Superstar? I feel like he did. I might be wrong. Blues. Nothing. Broncos Country. David Njoku. I think he went up. Browns. They should theoretically have a few. They did just make the bowl. Michael Pittman is Superstar. Tyrell Langford is. I don't know if either of these guys were originally. I think Pittman was. I don't know about Langford. I wouldn't be surprised if he went up because he had a great year, so it makes sense. Bulls have none. Caps. Wow, they have a lot of Superstars. I don't think any of these are new, though. Cardinals. Shout out my Lord and Savior, Jack Fox. Chargers. Did Rashawn Gary have X Factor? I don't think so. That's a win. And then Superstars. No one. I was hoping Deron Bland would go up. That's not good. But at least we have Rashawn Gary. Chiefs. I don't think there's anything new here. I forgot they had Jamar Chase. That's right. Commies. I don't think anything's different there. Quentin Johnston, Superstar X Factor. Very well deserved. Dallas. There's a lot of Superstars. No X Factors, though. The Dreads. Only 2. Both on the defensive line. Eagles. Alpo Pull. Superstar X Factor. Another one that is definitely deserved. David Montgomery, Superstar. I don't know if he had that originally. Now he does. Falcons. Raphael Coleman is a Superstar. Niners. Whoa, that's a lot. Holy cow. Did Joe Mixon have it? I don't think he did. He also deserves to go up. Giants. Did Jamal Adams have Superstar? Did this game still keep him at Superstar in the big 2023? Huskies. Did Gesicki have it? I feel like he did. In that case, nothing new. Jets. Chidobe Awuzie has Superstar. Big dubs. Lions. Josh Allen. I don't know if he had it. Now he does. Panthers. Isaiah Thomas. Did he have superstar? Did he go up? No. Okay. I didn't think he would have gone up. He was good, but he wasn't that good. Raiders. Nothing. Rams. Nothing. Ravens. Oh, wow, they have a lot. Bryce Young already had it. I think all these guys already had it. Kenny Moore goes up. I don't think he was superstar. Hogs. I don't think any of these are different. Did Hunter go down? No one can go down. So he shouldn't have. I think he was always a superstar. We're on the Seahawks. Damn, they have a lot. Steelers. As far as I'm aware, nothing. Titans. Nothing. Voyagers. Nothing. And that's everyone. So that'll wrap things up. Next time around, we've got OFL Bowl 27, the Browns and the Panthers. Two new coaches in OFL 24 looking to add an early ring to the resume. That'll be within the next couple of days. We'll figure out, with obviously these two coaches certainly playing a role in when we're going to stream that game. Should be a lot of fun. And again, keep your eyes and ears posted for when that'll be. So yeah, peace out.